Shalom. Mic check, mic check. Always got me some Essentia. Woo! Essentia is real good. All right, so first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So what we're gonna go into is some more history about Christmas, right? Saturnalia, right? The more you know, the more wisdom you get, right? So, and of course, through the precepts that's where we get our understanding, right? Therefore, I hate every false way, right? First and foremost, let's get that first real quick. Let's get Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts, I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way. Right, so if we want to understand, thus saith the Lord, we are to understand the precepts and keep the law continually so we can have true understanding and gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Marie verse 44, it says, so shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever. Right, so we have to keep walking in the law of the Most High forever and ever. So what we're going to go into is the incredible, true gay history of Christmas. So we're going to see that this is all basically about homosexuality, right? Basically, it's a bunch of homosexuals behind this shit, man. Bunch of disgusting nonsense, man. This is where it's going to go what it really goes into, right? So we're going to go look through this, right? So it says, midwinter fires and crackling, the home smell sharp of evergreen candles, flicker, glass glitters, the table sags, drink flows like rivers, and you and your partners snuggle up on a couch to shag and booze the holiday away. But this isn't Christmas, it's Saturnalia. So that disclaimer, right? The ancient Roman festival dedicated to the fertility god Saturn around the 1st century BC, and its true origin of Christmas. What a queer festival it was. Sources mention lads running naked about the place, cross-dressing for dinner, tops becoming bottoms, masters waiting on their servants just for a day, mind, if you know what I'm, oh, it has the, wow, sausages, oh, come on, wine, cunnilingus, and fruitcakes. Oh my God. I got a crazy ass image too. I'm gonna put them on the screen too. Crazy, man. So it says, this is a Warring Cup of the British Museum, depicts ancient Roman gay sex. Incredible. It says, there's less solid historical information about lesbians and trans men, sadly, but of course, they would have been there. They would have been there. Trust me, I believe that I was all there. As most good things come in gay packages. What? All right, this is how you know Esau wrote this. Most of our traditions from Christmas, tree to Christmas presents, are rip-offs of gay pagan solstice celebrations. Wow. I am not surprised about this. December 25th. This was the day the sun was reborn, and so was sacred to the deity Sol Invictus, the unconquerable sun. He was a beefcake of a god. Why are they using these words? Popularized around 220 AD by that great same-sex, selfish, cross-dressing, photo-transgendered emperor Elagabalus. Let's look up this faggot. Let's look up this guy. Elagabalus. Also called Heliogabalus, was known as Antoninus, was emperor from 218 to 222. He was a Roman emperor. Okay. Let's look this guy up. Wow, what a faggot. He looked like a whole sodomite. Look at this. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, look at this. The question of Elagabalus' sexual orientation is confused. Owing to salacious and unreliable sources, Cassius Dio states that Elagabalus was married 5 times, twice to the same woman. His first wife was Julia Cornelia Paula, whom he married prior to 29 August 219. Between then and 28 August 220, he divorced Paula, took the Vestal Vernon, Julia Aquila Severa, as his second wife, divorced her, took a third wife, who Herodian says was Anna Aurelia Faustina, a descendant of Marcus Aurelius. Widow. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, let's go to right here. Dio says Elagabalus delighted in being called Hieroclis, mistress. What? Hieroclis' mistress's wife and queen. The emperor reportedly wore makeup and wigs, preferred to be called a lady and not a lord, and supposedly offered vast sums to any physician who could provide him with a vagina. For this reason, the emperor is seen by some writers as an early transgender figure and one of the first of record as seeking sex reassignment surgery. So this was a true homosexual, a transgender. Wow, look at this. This is what you know the Edomites wrote this shit. It says the beautiful young Elagabalus. What a fucking name. Wow. Loved a good party. His dancing during the midwinter festival wowed the Roman legions to declare him emperor. He shimmied his way to I wonder what he was doing, what kind of dance he was doing, probably some stripper pole type shit, some faggotry. That's what was going on. But this Saturnalian practical jokes will go far. I'm gonna skip that. I don't even need to know. Let's say even say Augustine of Humboldt later admitted to importance, saying Christ's birthday replaced that of the sun. Okay. Yeah, it said the same thing I just read. Let it be called a mistress, a queen, the wife of. Okay, so he was almost like he was basically just a tranny, right? Christmas presents. Anyone loved presents, and so did the Romans during the Saturnalia. They gave statuettes of statuettes of beautiful youths and hermaphrodites, phallic cakes, books of 50 epigrams, cosmetics, and hair extensions for either sex. What? This is the original times. This is what they were originally giving out as gifts. Wow. Not just statues either, but real life slave youths and hermaphrodites would be given. What is a hermaphrodite? Let's look at this up, right? It says slave youths. Wow, so you have sex slaves as youths. So they was trading little kids back and forth, right? It was selling them, man, right? Of course, slaves, and you guys, you black Hispanics, Native Indians were the slaves, right? They was doing y'all dirty, man. Let's look what this is right here, right? The reproductive biography of a hermaphrodite is an organism that is both kinds of reproductive organs and can produce most gametes associated with male and female sexes. Hermaphroditism is also found in some fish species to a lesser degree and other vertebrates. Most plants are hermaphrodites, so they gave hermaphrodites to people. Okay. Hermaphrodites. This is so fucking weird. A hermaphrodite. Let's look up the images of that shit. Oh my God. I'm not even sure that's even good for YouTube. I don't think I can even post that on YouTube. I can't post that on YouTube. Just look up the word hermaphrodites. It's transsexuals. It's the top of the person is a man. I mean, is a woman, and the bottom half is a man. It's all transsexual. That's what it is. Hermaphrodites. Wow. Oh my. Okay, I can't post that. If you want to see that, just type up the word. Okay. I'm not posting that on YouTube. That just shocked me. All right. So, you Edomites are, man, you Edomites are just homosexuals, man. Y'all some faggots, man. Wow. Let me just bring this verse up. I have to bring this up. Let's just bring this up. Leviticus. I'm in Exodus, Salakia. Leviticus chapter 20. I can't, bro. I can't. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You're following after this queer ass shit, man. Right? I can't believe this. This is ridiculous. Right? Let's see you something real quick. Let's go to Romans, man. Romans 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. So you guys following after homosexuals, transsexual shit, man. Sodom and Gomorrah shit, man. Right? The Christmas, let's go back to this. The Christmas tradition wrongly insists the first gifts were brought by the Magi, but even this Bible myth may have a real queer history. Oh my God. It says in 63 CE, Tiridates of Armenia came to Rome with his entourage of Magi to end a drawn-out war to do homage to the Emperor Nero, that great bisexual showman of Roman history. I don't know why they call him great. The fuck? There's nothing great being a bisexual. What the hell? Abominations everywhere. They gave gifts. The wise men made okay. Destructive men. That's what they are. The men made their predictions, and Nero sang some early version of 3 coins in a fountain. Oh my God. He extravagantly kissed handsome Tiridates to seal the bargain. So he made out with some men? Come on, man. And he closed the doors of the temple of Janus, the two-faced god who represents beginnings and endings, including New Year and January, to symbolize peace and on earth. So I'm gonna go into that too, that January thing, right? The two-faced god named Janus. We're gonna go into that eventually as well, right? To symbolize peace on earth. That's what they did, right? So when you're doing New Year's, knowing that you're celebrating the Greek god named Janus, or the Roman god Janus. Not long after, someone remembered this, and the three Magi and their kingly gifts made their first and only appearance in Matthew's gospel during the homage to the ruler of the earth. Okay, let's see that. And there's an image of it right here too. Okay, so we're gonna go into the Christmas trees. Okay, well, let's see. What should we go into? The Christmas trees. Greenery was used to decorate the house during midwinter festivals, from ancient Rome to Tudor England's Yuletide in the 1500s. Christmas trees are an invention of the pagan North, a symbol of rebirth, or according to one tradition, a Christian replacement of the pagan oak in the spiritual lives of the ancient Germans. See that? The ancient Germans, the Amalekites. See that? Jewish people, right? Let's go. Let's see. Let's just read the mistletoe. Kissing under the mistletoe has even queer credentials, almost lost in the midst of the ancient lands it came from. In Iron Age Britain, Ireland, and Gaul, Druids were the professional classes and religious leaders. We all know what a Druid is. If you don't know what a Druid, here's a Druid, a picture of a Druid. One of their jobs was to gather mistletoe at the winter solstice. Many Druids were also gay. Not surprised at that. Their otherness signaling them out as special and holy, right? They are set apart, right? Some faggots, right? All good until the otherness meant they were called on to sacrifice themselves to save the tribe in times of war or want. Look at this. It says, if that happened, they'd eat mistletoe berries, the juice of which was thought to be God's semen. Oh my God. Do not try this at home. That's what it says. Mistletoe is also poisonous. What the fuck did I just read, man? Oh my God. So I'm going to put this image up on the screen and you're going to see what this is about right here. Right? So it says Christmas dinner. Saturnalia was an enormous feast. Masters would serve their slaves, as all were equal in the golden age of Saturn's reign. The well-heeled were supposed to let their less wealthy neighbors gorge at their tables, but as Lucian, a second-century satirist, which means a worshiper of Saturn, complains that he could be as tight-fisted as Scrooge. God damn it, dude. His revenge was to prey on all their fine clothes clothes be eaten by mice and their pretty boyfriend's hair fall out. To avoid this, gay Emperor Hadrian preserved his lover's locks by insisting on sampling all the trimmings from all the tables at dinners he hosted. Saturnalian dinners were just a prelude to something even better than a feast. At the first century poet, Martial says, "Give me kisses, boy, wet with wine. If on top you'll add a fuck, Jove couldn't be happier with his gainy mead than I am with mine." And there's the image. It says a threesome depicted on a wall of a bathhouse in an ancient Roman city of Pompeii. And then you wonder why the volcanoes erupted in Pompeii. Huh? All right. So it says, let's go to they believe that the Christian sermon, they say that the Christians, that on this day God became man. Okay. Look at this. It says Augustine wrote some pretty vile stuff about gay people too, but when he had the zeal of a convert in his youth, he loved the boy his age so violently and passionately and physically, he was devastated when the young man died. He turned to religion. This guy was a faggot too. Oh my God, bro. Peace and goodwill, man. It's the ghost of Christmas present owed to a lot to those of Christmas past, the great traditions. And I've heard that a lot of times. They call it the ghost of Christmas past, right? Whatever. Of tolerance and warmth that Christmas borrowed from gay Roman Saturnalia is with us still. Jesus is a God of love, even if some of his followers forget that. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna get into that, man. We know that. We know who Yahweh Shai is. They're gonna talk about Jesus Christ here. It's all a bunch of bullshit. And it says, "Merry Christmas, everybody, low Saturnalia." See that? This is all a bunch of faggotry. It says, look, what is this right here? Okay, so he basically says, as the pagans in the 4th century fought to preserve their ways and festivals, one of them made an eloquent plea to a Christian emperor. It serves just as well for a Christmas message. We gaze up at the same stars. The sky covers us all. The same universe compasses us. Doesn't matter what practical system we adopt in our search for the truth. The heart of so great a mystery cannot be reached by following one road only. This is a bunch of madness. All you need to do is follow Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that's it. If you want to get into life, keep the commandments. Revelation 22 verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life. Not this stupid ass tree. Not this tree, but the tree of life. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Right? And may enter into the gates into the city. So keep the faith of Yahweh. Keep the faith, the statute, the law of keep the faith in Yahweh Shai, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Worship God. Worship Yahweh. Not this. This is a bunch of bullshit that you should not be following. All right. So we went through Saturnalia. This is a gay side of Saturnalia. This is the true history of Saturnalia and where it really comes from. It's all sodomites. It's all sodomism, right? They were trying to hide it this whole entire time and say it's just some pagan tradition that we all did. No, it was a lot of gay shit behind it. And you guys notice this is a homosexual act. This is all idolatry, fornication. This is ridiculous. And if you keep doing this, you're literally you're okay with it, basically, right? You know, this is not supposed to be this is not godly, man. If you do these things, you know, the Most High said this is you know, you're provoking the jealousy when you're following this first and foremost, right? And there's no knowledge in this either. And you know that, you know, the Most High God says that if you are following after these kind of things, you know, you're not entering to the kingdom of heaven. You know, you're going to be the least in the kingdom, right? So you got to circumcise your hearts, man. You got to circumcise your heart, mind, and soul. Let's get that, actually. You got to be circumcised, right? Deuteronomy 10 and 16. Circumcise, therefore, the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. If you're following after these traditions, you are stiff-necked as hell, man. You're lost in the sauce. You need to come back to the Heavenly Father, man, and stop following after this pagan tradition, Saturnalia. Right? Get out of this homosexual ass thing, man. Come back to the laws of God. All right? This is ridiculous. Right? So, with that, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I say shalom.